Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's gonna set up third down. From the gun, Jackson. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game. Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
On the bootleg, it's Mayfield. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He'll get that complete to Emeka Egbuka. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third down, they need 5.
Brings up third and 5.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This one from 43 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And the Bucs are out to an early 3-0 lead. So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down? I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
He gets that to his big target, Trey McBride. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. On first and 10, Jackson. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down. Again, it's Jackson. This one deep downfield for Chase. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. On third down, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. On fourth down, they snap it to Jackson. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the Eagles first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then some. They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down, 8 yards to go.
Brings up second and 8. At the Bucs 19-yard line.
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete. Third, they need 8. Throwing Jackson. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up fourth down. Jackson now. That's going to be caught. And he will get into the end zone. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Eagles move out to a 7-3 lead. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready for their second possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They send Godwin in motion. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Jalen Carter. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Mayfield. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Pass thrown deep for Godwin. And that is incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. And it's going to lead to 4th down. The Buccaneers getting their punter out there.
Formation for Tampa Bay.
Here comes Jackson on the return. And he'll get forward. A few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. Now, here comes the screen to Ford. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a 1st down.
1st down, Eagles.
Off the play fake, Jackson. Back left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. They give it, and it's 4. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun is McCoy. Passing right side, and Chase has it. Here comes 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball. And it is 4th down. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Eagles go out to a 10-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Get this complete right side to Otten. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. from the 34-yard line. Here's second down and a yard. They send Godwin in motion. They go play action with Mayfield. It's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. So they come to the line for first down and 10. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. Second and 10.
The tackle by Jordan Davis. A loss of a yard. Brings up second down at the 46.
One quarter in the books. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. We'll have more from Tampa after this. On to the second. Buccaneers in possession of the football. They've got it with a second down and 10. Mayfield to throw. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it third and 8.
Now Mayfield. He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes. Jordan Davis. What a first month he is putting together. That's his 4th sack already. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. A first down throw for Jackson. Fires complete to Harrison Bryant. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
It's a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down. Play action now. Jackson. That one is complete to McBride. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. Now, Jackson. This is caught at 2. And he'll take it on in. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Eagles. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Eagles move out in front by the score of 17-3. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Bucs offense ready to take over possession of the football. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30. Trick, as you talk to folks around the league, there's been a little bit of a change philosophically in how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? You pooch it, you kick it out the back of the end zone, and I think there's going to be a wide array of approach. But maybe the part that doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, is how the new kickoff rule actually changes how you play the game offensively. So think if you have the ball inside the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember were a touchback following the score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball at the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards. Instead of on a failed 4th down from the 3, your opponent getting the ball at the 3-yard line, they would now get it 17 yards deeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I lose significant field position. So the idea is I'm going to go for more touchdowns inside the 5. I'm going to go for more 4th and goal situations, because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line because the difference in 3 points over the course is not worth the field position.
And the play callers in the NFL are a lot like the people who play the video games. Let's go for it on 4th down. We're seeing it more, and it adds to the excitement of the NFL in 2025. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. Got a man! It's Ibuka! Complete! And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal. He's taken down at about the 8.
That's good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
Here's a run. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun. Mayfield. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down. To throw is Mayfield. That one taken in. Mike Evans. Touchdown Buccaneers. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Bucs are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Jackson now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their 1st read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 3. Brings up
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Eagles have it.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
The Eagles offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Out of the gun, here's McCord. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. That one joints off the upright and it's in. Fortunate break, but the kick is good. And the Eagles going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half. Here comes a return from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Buccaneers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this 1st half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to White. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. Over the middle, that's Godwin. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. He'll try to run for it.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
To return, it's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hanson, who has the EA Sports
Our trip across the NFL starts now. In Glendale, the Cardinals at home for an NFC West battle with the Seattle Seahawks. And this one, I'm not quite sure what to make of this. This a big play late in the ballgame. The Cardinals bounce back from the loss in Week 3. They move to 3-1 with the W. From there, how about we head out to Buffalo? Let's check in on the Bills. They're playing host to the New Orleans Saints. And it's last year's most valuable player, Josh Allen. One of his 2 touchdown passes here in the first half. This one's at halftime with the Bills looking for their first win after 3 straight losses. They lead at the break. Got one more to show you right now. Let's go to Foxborough. It's the Patriots taking on the Carolina Panthers. And this is Drake May. 52 yards, touchdown. This one's at halftime, and it's the Patriots on top in this one at halftime. With that, a look here at the rest of the scores from around the NFL here in Week 4. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. Here's carry number 1 for Rachaad White. Whoa! That's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. Here's 3rd and 2.
Now 3rd and 2.
Now Baker keeps it on the zone read. He's going to have a Bucs first down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2.
And the Buccaneers first down.
On play action, Mayfield. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. That'll be picked up by the Eagles. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Buccaneers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. off the play fake. It's Mayfield to the left side to Godwin. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. On the give, here's Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Second down at the 44-yard line.
On the bootleg, it's Mayfield. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to have a Buccaneers first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
That one is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Baker to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Jordan Davis, his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Number 5 for him on the year. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll find his running back, White. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. First down and more inside the 25. A gain of 11 there as the decision to go for it pays off.
Buccaneers first down. First and 10.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. He's got the connection there to Ibuka. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing is Mayfield. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Throwing is Baker. That's caught. It's Evans. To the goal line and in. Mike Evans. Touchdown Buccaneers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And here's a great example, Mike, of how experience and having some veteran players at these key spots, they can work so well together. The whole idea is you need to see the game through the eyes of the quarterback, and I think that's what the receiver did such a nice job in. He was on time, he was accurate, and you never fool your quarterback. When you have two guys like this that are operating on the same page, you can see the result.
Here's Smith to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, he's going to try to keep it going. To the left side, caught by Chase. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
Right back to Chase. He's got it again. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to be 3rd down. Again, it's Jackson. That one finds Chase. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there. As time has expired, the third quarter has come to an end. To the air again, McCoy. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. On third down, here's Ford. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down. On play action, here's McCoy. In trouble, and down he goes.
A 10-yard loss on the play.
McCourt to throw here on second down. That's deep for the back of the end zone. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Ford. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Off the bootleg, it's McCoy. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
And with nothing open, he might have been better off just trying to see if he can make something happen with his legs. But with the way this defense is flying around, I'm not sure there was a play to be made either way.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Eagles will extend their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This taken at the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start out first down and 10. They go play action with Mayfield. A throw on the move is caught. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 7.
At the 28-yard line.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Mayfield. He's got the first down and more than that. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
That's good for a Buccaneers first down.
Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. He's got it inside the 5. And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. 1st and goal coming up.
First down. 1st and goal at the
Out of the
2-yard
shotgun,
line.
Mayfield. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Rashad White. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That is first touchdown this year. them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's McCord on 1st and 10. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. They'll go. Here's McCord. And he will have the 1st down. So they took a chance on 4th and 2. Didn't get it by much, but they do convert to keep the drive going. A run straight ahead. That's Ford. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll drop to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Throw right side taken by Bryant. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their 2nd. Talk things over before 3rd down. Operating from the gun is McCord. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Over the middle, that's Godwin. Here's 2nd down and 3.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down.
Mayfield to throw. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Jalen Carter in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Now he'll air one out. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll go. Mayfield. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. And he's going to have the Buccaneers 1st down. That was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. Now the spike as the clock ticks under 50 seconds to play. Here comes 2nd down. Throwing is Mayfield. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
To throw is Mayfield. Open man, the tight end, O'Keefe. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
That's good for a Tampa Bay.
To throw is Mayfield. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
That's another.
Now they'll spike it, and the clock stops with 24 seconds to play. On second down, Baker. Godwin working the right side. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5.
The spike comes as we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Mayfield. That's taken in. And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
That's enough.
So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago. A game they really did struggle in. It looked like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.